Phil, let's talk about Marketo Lead Management, the core product today. How did you go about validating product market fit for that product?
Well, it was really part of the original founding plan. So the way we did the whole kind of product market fit, even for the parts that we didn't continue with, were John and I spent 6 months doing nothing but interviewing marketers, and not just inside the people we knew, but getting out of our network and really forcing ourselves into, kind of out of our comfort zone, trying to hear what pain was and what people would spend money on, which are not necessarily the same thing. Yeah. People could tell us, oh, it'd be great if we had that product, and then we say, what budget would you pay that out of? Would the CFO approve it? We heard other things. So ultimately we heard some common themes emerging through our months of interviews, and that was really described what became Marketo Lead Management. So it was very much asking the customer what they wanted and what they could pay for, and then we went and built that thing.
Excellent. Sometimes I hear about entrepreneurs asking customers what they want and then trying to build it, but they never really validate that someone's going to pay for it. So can you talk a little bit more about how you made sure you can actually get money out of customers?
Yeah, one of our theories of building a marketing software company was that marketing had been underserved because marketing traditionally didn't have the CFO and the CIO thinking about them inside a corporate IT budget. They weren't seen as an organization that needed software. So the question was, how does marketing find a budget? And what we observed is that marketing budgets look like this tremendous slew of operating expenses, right? Marketers can buy a hotel room for a seminar in Atlanta, or they can do AdWords spend, or they do all these individual spot buys. And so we knew we wanted to find a product that could be bought in a budget that sort of looked like marketing budgets work. So it was really understanding exactly how money worked for our customer just as much as how the business problem worked that came together for Marketo.
That's excellent, excellent. Talk a little bit about maybe the sales model. And did you consider launching a freemium model back then? There's a lot of buzz right now in Silicon Valley that the freemium model is the only way to build a successful SaaS company.
I think that's, we did think about freemium models. One of the things that I really thought about, and John and I thought about, was the business model as much as the software in building the company. So we knew we wanted velocity. We knew we wanted a lot of customers. We had a line in the early days about this is a race to 100,000 customers or beyond, not a race to 1,000 customers as previous enterprise software had been. And freemium was really hot when we founded the company. Every VC asked us that question. But I think to do freemium, some things have to be true. You've got to have a product that's immediately easy to adopt and use. Like today, right now, individuals have to be able to buy it. There has to be a network effect of sharing or some reason. And it's a great model when all of those things are true. But if anything isn't true about that, it really doesn't work. You don't get the amplification from freemium. So we knew that our product was going to be pretty sophisticated. I call marketing the ultimate team sport because there's a lot going on among people. So as a result, freemium wasn't the right model for us, and we were pretty clear. And I think that's true for any entrepreneur, is you have to really look at how is freemium going to get breakout velocity, and every use case doesn't support it.
Interesting. When I talk to entrepreneurs, they look at Dropbox and say, look at the velocity they have, and they point to it and say, hey, we have to build my company that way. I often think about, are they really getting the benefits of qualifying the customer and making sure there's pain and need? Because in the freemium model, you don't have to.
That's right.
You don't force that conversation and qualify the customer. Can you talk about how the team at Marketo qualifies customers and how the freemium model doesn't really allow you to do that?
Well, again, it sort of all depends, right? There's no right or wrong around a freemium model. In our case, we needed to know that a customer had the commitment to actually apply real staff resources to use the product. When our product's installed, you have to put code on your website. You have to learn to use a set of techniques. You have to do a set of things that are very valuable if you do them, but you still have to do them. And so as a result, we knew that we had to have a model that said, is this customer prepared to make the commitment going in to be successful coming out the other side? And so you have to kind of connect that entire value chain about, how much does it need to cost? How much commitment do you need to ask? How much velocity can you then get in a distribution model? So qualification for us is, frankly, are they prepared to pay the price for a more expensive product that reflects that commitment? And so that matching of price to value and price to adoption, I think, is very important how you think about product market fit here.
Yeah, interesting. It's almost a go slow to go fast approach.
Almost go slow relative to a freemium model or a mass distribution model or an open source model, which was hot at the time, which is slow down just a little bit. Now, we still are known at Marketo for an incredibly high velocity model, so slow is all relative. But in our case, it was how do we get to 100,000 paying customers, not a million free customers that you try to monetize 10% of. So in some sense, you end up at the same place. There are just different ways to get there.